Today we have a pretty big unboxing slash book haul to do, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. We are gonna talk about all of the books that I received slash bought in the past few weeks. We're starting off with the incredible Aardvark Book Club. This is a PSA before the video starts. I know that there's bleach all over the sweatshirt, okay? I know it. This is my arts and crafts sweatshirt. I know there's a hole. Sorry if these marks distract you going forward, but they are not going anywhere, so just try to get used to it, okay? Okay. How it works is each month you pay the membership fee and you will get a new release sent straight to your door. You can pick anywhere between 1 to 3 books per month and they have the best selections. I am going to open up my box for January with you guys today and show you what I received. Aardvark has been kind enough to donate boxes for 3 of you to win. The only stipulation is you have to be in the US. I'm so sorry to my other followers. Hopefully I will be doing a giveaway that encompasses everyone soon, but for right now this is just for my US subscribers. We are going to unbox this together and you guys will see why this is such an amazing company, why the books are amazing, and why I truly stand by it. If you are interested in signing up for this giveaway, all you have to do is leave a comment down below telling me which of the 3 books I'm sharing with you liked the most, and then if you could also go over to my Instagram, follow myself and Aardvark Books. I will tag both myself and Aardvark right in this area, and that is all you need to do. And winners will be announced by February 1st. Alright, I backed you guys up a little bit so you can get the full picture. We are literally opening this straight from the box. I have not seen it yet. I wanted to save it for you guys. They always include these bookmarks. I think they are so cute. I have some more right here. These were in the last one I got. They're like these little ears. Very cute. We all know we use the weirdest things for bookmarks, so they give you good bookmarks. Okay, the first book that I chose is Chain Gang All-Star. This is by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. I am going to read you guys the description. Since these are all books I haven't read yet, I feel like I can't give you guys a great description. What I do know is that this is a literature fiction about race, classism, and how that plays a part in the prison system. So let's read the description, why don't we? Loretta Thorwar and Hamara Hurricane Stacks Stacker are the stars of the Chain Gang All-Stars, the cornerstone of CAPE, or Criminal Action Penal Entertainment. I don't know why my brain stopped for a moment. A highly popular, highly controversial profit-raising program in America's increasingly dominant private prison industry. It's the return of the gladiators, and prisoners are competing for the ultimate prize, their freedom. In CAPE, prisoners travel as links in chain gangs, competing in death matches before packed arenas with righteous protesters at the gates. Thorwar and Stacks, both teammates and lovers, are the fan favorites, and if all goes well, Thorwar will be free in just a few matches, a fact she carries as heavily as her lethal hammer. As she prepares to leave her fellow links, Thorwar considers how she might help preserve their humanity in defiance of these so-called games. But CAPE's corporate owners will stop at nothing to protect their status quo, and the obstacles that lie in Thorwar's path have devastating consequences. So this is definitely a heavier read. I'm very excited for this one. I've been trying to get more into, I don't want to say important reads, but reads that have like a deeper meaning than just like fluff, you know what I mean? I don't know. Obviously I love my fluff, I love my romance, I love smut, all that stuff, but I'm trying to mix it up and incorporate some like good books that like really make you feel something and like really bring to light like some of the terrible things going on in the world. And I feel like this is going to be a very entertaining, very dark, but incredible book. Very excited for this one. Okay, the next one we have, and I'm obsessed with this cover. This is Sugar Baby, and this is by Celine St. Clair, and this is exactly what it sounds like, is about a sugar baby. Sugar Baby follows Agnes, a mixed-race 21-year-old whose life seems to be heading nowhere. Still living at home, she works as a cleaner and spends all her money in clubs on the weekends, searching for distractions from her mundane life. That is, until she meets Emily. Daughter of one of her cleaning clients who lives in London and works as a model, and a sugar baby, dating rich older men for money. Emily's life is the escape Agnes has been longing for. Extravagant tasting menus, champagne on tap, glamorous hotels with unlimited room service, designer gifts from dates who call her beautiful. But this new lifestyle is the last straw for her religious mother, Constance. Kicked out of her family home, Agnes moves in with Emily and the other sugar babies in their fancy London flat and is drawn deeper and deeper into their world. But these women come from money. They possess a safety net Agnes does not. And as she is thrown from one precarious relationship to the next, a married man who wants to show off the glamorous, exotic girl on his arm, a Russian billionaire's wife who makes Agnes the main attraction at a private sex party in Miami, she finds herself searching for fulfillment just as desperately as she was before. I'm really interested to see how the author writes modern terms such as sugar baby. I'm hoping it comes across as like well written and profound rather than like cringy and like just looking for like hot words, like words that attract people. So I really have high hopes for this one. I feel like it could be a really interesting story, and I really think I would enjoy a story like this. I just feel like there's a lot riding on it and it could be a hit or miss. And the last one from Aardvark is going to be The Djinn Waits 100 Years. This is by Shubnam Khan. This is another one that really grabbed my attention from the cover. I really love historical fictions. I love retellings, so this one stood out to me immediately. Akbar Manzil was once a grand estate off the coast of South Africa. Now, nearly a century since it was built, it stands in ruins, an isolated boarding house for misfits seeking to forget their pasts and disappear into the mansion's dark corridors. That word sounded weird. Until Sana, she and her father are the latest of Akbar Manzil's long list of tenants in search of a new home after suffering painful loss. Unlike the others who choose not to look too closely at the mansion's unsettling qualities, the strange assortment of bones in the overgrown garden, the mysterious figure sometimes seen to move at night, Sana is curious and questioning and finds herself irresistibly drawn to the history of the mansion, to the eerie and forgotten East Wing, home to a clutter of broken and abandoned objects, and to the locked door at its end, unopened for a century. Behind the door is a bedroom frozen in time with faded photographs of a couple in love and a worn diary that whispers of a dark past. The long-forgotten story of a young woman named Mina who died there tragically 100 years ago. Watching Sana from the room's shadows is a grieving djinn, a mournful spirit who once loved Mina and has haunted the mansion since her mysterious death. Obsessed with Mina's story and unaware of the creature that follows her, Sana digs into the past like fingers into a wound. Oh god, that's like very... awakening the memories of the house itself and dredging up old and terrible secrets that will change the lives of everyone, living and dead, at Akbar Manzil. See, all you need to do in order for me to be interested in a book is talk about like a mansion with some sort of gothic touch, and I'm sold. I am sold, and that did it. That did it. So I'm really excited for this one as well. All of them are super interesting. Aardvark picks the best books. So before I move on to the next books, once again, if you're interested in signing up for the giveaway, comment down below which one of those three sound the best to you, and then go over to my Instagram and to Aardvark's, follow us both, and I will announce the winners on February 1st. Thank you to Aardvark again for sponsoring this giveaway, and I can't wait to see what you guys think of these books. Okay, the first book I have that the first book I have that I purchased myself is The Schoolhouse by Sophie Ward. Obsessed with this cover. Let me read you the back. Isabel lives an isolated life in North London, where she works at a library near her home. She feels safe so long as she keeps to her routines and doesn't let her thoughts stray too far into the past. But a newspaper photograph of a missing local schoolgirl and a letter from Isabel's old teacher send Isabel spiraling and bring back the trauma of what happened years ago, when she was a pupil at the schoolhouse. The schoolhouse was a 1970s experimental school where the usual rules did not apply. Life there was a dark interplay of freedom and adventure, violence and fear. It was there that Isabel learned that some truths should never be revealed, but try as she might, the truth is coming for her, and everything and everyone she has tried to protect are now at risk. This feels like a very good and short dark academia that's like perfect if you're not trying to be like too traumatized, Maybe, I don't, actually it kind of sounds like it might be a little bit dark. It kind of reminds me of I Have Some Questions for You by Rebecca Makkai. Like that's what stood out to me, just kind of this vibe of like a 1970s school that has like a dark past. I don't know. I love a setting on a campus, so I'm hoping that it's not like traumatizing, but still dark, but like it doesn't make me depressed. Yeah. Okay, the next one we have is Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. This has been bought by so many people at Barnes & Noble recently. I actually don't even know if I've said on here, but I work at Barnes & Noble. Did I ever say that? I don't know. I work at Barnes & Noble. This has been bought so many times in the past few weeks, and every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I should get that today. So I finally caved and I got it. Let me read it to you. This isn't the kind of fairy tale where the princess marries a prince. It's the one where she kills him. Mara, a shy convent-raised third-born daughter, is relieved not to be married off for the sake of her parents' throne, but her older sister wasn't so fortunate, and her royal husband is as abusive as he is powerful. Mara wonders who will come to her sister's rescue. After years of watching their families and kingdoms pretend all is well, Mara realizes if any hero is coming, it will have to be Mara herself. If Mara can complete 3 impossible tasks, a witch will grant her the tools she needs. But as is the way in stories of princes and the impossible, these tasks are only the beginning of Mara's strange and enchanting journey to save her sister and topple a throne. It's giving very much fractured fairy tales, a dark fantasy, and I'm here for it. I love the idea of a female main character who is working with a witch. I love the idea of a female character trying to topple an abusive marriage. I also really like the sentence that it says, after years of watching their families and kingdoms pretend all is well, Mara realizes if any hero is coming, it will have to be Mara herself. I really like that sentence. I feel like that is just setting us up for like a really interesting story. Like whoever wrote this blurb did a great job, because that just grabbed me immediately. So I'm very excited for this one. If you've read it, let me know your thoughts. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. I just see a lot of people buy it. So I'm interested to see what people think. Okay, the next one is a bit of a jump scare. This is Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. This is a very short story, and the cover, again, I judge books by covers. I do, as you can tell by all the books I bought. I just am very critical of covers, and they always convince me to buy it. I've been seeing this cover at work for so long, and I had to get it. It's super short. I feel like it's perfect to read at night, like real quick. I could probably read this whole thing in a night, so I don't know. I'm just excited. I like horror. I'm trying to get more into horror. Let's read the back. A Heian era, I'm not saying that right, I know it. A Heian era mansion stands abandoned, its foundations resting on the bones of a bride and its walls packed with the remains of the girl's sacrifice to keep her company. It's the perfect venue for a group of thrill-seeking friends brought back together to celebrate a wedding. I love that. I love like the offset of like a super exciting event at like a very dark setting. A night of food, drinks, and games quickly spirals into a nightmare as secrets get dragged out and relationships are tested. But the house has secrets too. Lurking in the shadows is the ghost bride with a black smile and a hungry heart, and she gets lonely down there in the dirt. Masterfully turning the classic haunted house story on its head, Nothing But Blackened Teeth is a sharp and devastating exploration of grief, the parasitic nature of relationships, and the consequences of our actions. I am really hoping that this one is good, and I'll tell you why. Because I picked up this book, Tender is the Flesh, with the same kind of hopes, feelings. I was just looking for like a quick kind of horror. That is not what this was. This actually scarred me and I hated it. Like I really did not like this book. So unfortunately for Cassandra Khaw, I'm putting a lot of pressure on her book to make up for a past experience that was not too great with a horror book. So Cassandra, I really hope your book is great. I'm very excited to read it. I'm sure it will be great. There's just a lot of pressure on this, but I'm very excited, so. Okay, the next one we have is Queen Hereafter. This is by Isabel Schuler. I was just about to say something about the cover, but I stopped myself because enough. Literally enough. We get it. You like the cover. Let me just read the back. She will be queen, whatever it takes. My vocal cords are hurting. Daughter of an ousted king, descendant of ancient druids, Groak we're gonna say Groke. Groke has grown up believing that she will be crowned to Queen of Alba and reclaim the lands of her Pictish kin, a prophecy seemingly fulfilled by her betrothal to Duncan, the heir-elect. Leaving behind her home, her family, and her close friend Macbethad, she travels to the royal seat at Scone to embrace her new position. But Duncan's court is rife with sly words and unfriendly faces, and as her coronation approaches, a deadly turn of events forces Groke to flee the capital. Alone and at the mercy of an old enemy, Groke must make a fateful choice: live a long, quiet life in the shadows or seize vengeance and a path back to the throne. This felt like, okay, so obviously I like the cover, all right? We know I like the cover. It's what stood out to me. I picked it up and I read the back, and it reminded me of Reign, the show about Mary Queen of Scots. Have you seen it? You should. It's my favorite show that has ever existed in the world, and this is kind of reminding me of it. So I'm really hoping that it's a similar vibe. I love like a court, a royal court, like that kind of setting, like the lies, the deceit, the secrets. I love it. So very excited. Okay, the very last one is one that I was sent from Bloomsbury. Here we have the beautiful and incredible Cleopatra and Frankenstein for the first time ever in paperback. I know. This is by Coco Malors. This is not a new book. However, it is being published for the first time in paperback this year, so this is very exciting. I was offered a copy of this, and obviously I said yes. Obviously I said yes. Let me read you the back. 24-year-old British painter Cleo has escaped from England to New York and is still finding her place in the sleepless city when, a few months before her student visa ends, she meets Frank. Frank is 20 years older and a self-made success, and his life is full of all the excesses Cleo's lacks. He offers her the chance to be happy, the freedom to paint, and the opportunity to apply for a green card. But their impulsive marriage changes their lives and the lives of those around them in ways they never could have predicted. While Cleo struggles with depression and Frank with drinking, Cleo's best friend tries to embrace his gender identity in the wake of her marriage, and Frank's financially dependent sister arranges sugar daddy dates. There's a lot of mentions today about sugar daddies and sugar babies. I don't know what's going on. After being cut off. Ultimately, this chance meeting between two strangers changes everything for better or worse. I just see this being like a movie. I don't know. Like when I first read the description of this a while back, I was interested in it. It's not similar to Normal People, but the way it's like a character exploration, and we're really not doing anything. Like the book is really not going to go anywhere. We're just going to learn more about these characters and how they are. That's just the vibe I'm getting, and I'm very excited for it. Okay, congrats, you've made it to the end of the video. Seriously though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, thank you. I am glad I didn't bore you to death. However, you might be asleep. You might be bored and fallen asleep. That's fine. This could be like ASMR for you if you'd like. I don't think it will be, but it could be. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm talking too much. If you want to sign up for the giveaway, like I said, comment down below which book you are interested in the most for January, and then go over to my Instagram and to Aardvark's Instagram. I will link it again right here for you. Give us both a follow, and then I will pick the winner on February 1st. I'm so excited for you guys to have the opportunity to get a box from Aardvark. Even if you don't end up winning, please, I recommend signing up for at least 1 month. They are good. They pick great books. They're great. Thank you again to Aardvark, and thank you again to my bank account for funding half of these books. Thank you myself for purchasing books, and that is it. See you guys next time.